Hello, everyone. Ronald, I see you griping about the sports questions in the um, crossword today. I just picked it because it said moderate. I did not realize there was going to be so many sports questions. I do apologize, but hopefully we can get through the sports questions. As soon as daughter dear finishes whatever she's doing, hopefully we can get this thing on the go. And we made
Hello.
jokes about, hello, we made jokes about being too close in the camera, but I think I'm too far. I think I need to move up a little bit
I'm even
because I've got
further.
all of this space. Yes, I see. We're seeing all of your room.
Yeah, I dug out one of my webcams because I'm like, it has always frustrated me that when you guys are up here on the TV, my webcam is over here, so it looks like I'm looking away from you. So now it
Uh-huh.
looks like I'm looking at you because I put the webcam up on top of my TV.
Lovely.
But that means you can see all of my yarn mess and more yarn mess.
Well, I can't really see it because you're small. I'm sure when you get big, I'm going to start having anxiety about all your yarn mess being on screen. But
You okay?
yes, I'm just a little bit warm from moving around, trying to get ready for today. And there, the heat just turned on.
Ooh.
And since this used to be your bedroom, you know where I'm sitting. So you know I am right
Yep.
below the vent.
Yeah,
Morning,
I'm also
Junie.
basically.
Morning,
Hello,
Ronald.
Jenny. I've been talking to Ronald already this morning. I am
Yes, I
also
saw.
sort of sitting under my vent. It's like right over here, but this is still just one of the coldest rooms of the house. This room and the bedroom are very, very cold, and the spare room, like all of the bedrooms that we kind of keep the doors closed, are very cold, which feels like it makes no sense because they all have vents. And when we keep the heat on, the middle, like the main part of the house, like the living room, kitchen, the hallways, is warm. But then when you go into any of these extraneous rooms, except for the bathroom, which is absolutely boiling, but if you go into any of these extraneous rooms where you keep the door closed, then it's really, really cold. And I don't understand why.
Well, all the bedrooms have windows, right?
But so does the living room and kitchen.
Uh, true that, true that. I can't tell you.
I don't understand it. Also, now that we have people here, is this camera angle better? Is it worse? Are you able to see my facial expressions? Can you see how
I can't
tired I
tell because
am?
we've got the crossword up, so I can't tell.
Well, we can alleviate that very quickly. Boop. Is this better? Is this worse? Oh, it cuts off the top of my head now.
Yeah, it does cut off the top of your head, and I'm seeing all the bags behind you. Oh my goodness.
Yarn, yarn. In there, more yarn, yarn. This is a box of yarn that I just cleaned up out of the living room because we have people coming over.
Hot
Reynolds
mess.
says he can tell I am human. I
Yes, we can
exist
tell.
as a human.
Yes, we can tell that your room is lived in.
Yeah, but Passionate Kelsey has like a nice little shelf thing behind
Yeah,
her.
exactly. She
I'm
has a shelving unit. Most of these yarn YouTubers have like a nice shelving unit with all their balls of yarn on it and
and
stuff
the
like that.
colors all arranged. I got
If
bags
I
on
was to
bags.
turn my camera around, I'd have to turn my whole computer around though, see. But if I was to turn my camera around, you would just see those 18-gallon Rubbermaid totes with just yarn barf in them because they've gotten tangled and it's just all my scraps have gotten tangled.
It is bothering me that the top of my head's cut off. I'm gonna fix it.
And it's bothering me a little bit too, to be honest. But I was gonna leave you alone if you were gonna leave it that way. I was gonna ignore it.
Nah, I'm gonna see if I can fix it. It's just a matter of how much do I need to tilt my camera. I also am. Oh, this is better. I can
Yeah,
slouch.
it's better.
Welcome.
Now we can see more of your back there and all the other stuff you have in the background. But whatever.
My dead roses that Wayne got me probably when we moved into this house.
Yeah, but passionate Kelsey's overflowing cardboard boxes are on her
Off to
floor
the side.
where
They're
you
off to the
can't
side
see
out of
them.
camera unless you turn.
Exactly. Like my stuff. I'll see you can't see all the stuff on this desk below camera view here is a hot mess. A hot mess. Clutter, clutter central. And I've been trying to find the energy to do something about it, but it is clutter, clutter central. Look at
Is this
you.
better? Is this better?
Except part of your
It,
face is cut off, and I know your computer is going to
it
object
hates it.
after a few minutes of doing
It
that.
really hates it.
But let's go ahead because it is past 10:30. It's now 10:45. We're 15 minutes late. Let's get this show on the road. We need to change our name, I think. If we're
Coffee
serious
Klatsch?
about Yeah, if we're
Yeah.
serious about this thing, we probably need to change our name.
But we've been Coffee Klatsch forever. We've been Coffee Klatsch for like, well, we weren't Coffee Klatsch in the very beginning, but it
No,
feels like we've been Coffee Klatsch forever.
at least a year. But
Well, it took us so long to settle on Coffee Klatsch too. Oh my gosh. We gotta brainstorm some names.
okay. Okay, give me a second. Okay, let's see.
What if you gave the 3, 2, 1 countdown and I was just like, welcome, babies? Throw everybody off.
Did I talk about the book with the quilting vampire?
I don't think so.
I think I did. Come
I
on,
don't
come on.
think so. I mean, I could talk about my book series that I am so close to finishing, but just have not made it through that last book.
Didn't you already mention it last time?
Did I do that one? I did Legends and Lattes.
Hmm. Um. Let's see.
Since you have oh so many books to go through, you're just a
Really,
reading fiend.
really.
This camera makes my eyebrows look so aggressive. I feel like I look more yellow than I normally do, and I feel like my eyebrows look extra aggressive. Or maybe it's just because I haven't, because I normally do the little baby brows that like stop right here, so like really short. And I did full brows today. Oh yeah, blankets suck, Ronald.
Okay, let me pull my clothes up. Let's see.
Yeah, my eyebrows are so aggressive. Like, what if I just hide them a little with my glasses? No, I feel like that makes it worse.
Okay.
We're just gonna be aggressive today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wednesday version of the Coffee Klatsch. I am your presenter, Danny the Lethargic Lass, and this is my co presenter, partner in crime, and my wee bairn.
Artemis the Fatigued, as usual.
If you haven't been here with us before, we are just a chatty little show where we just talk about everything and nothing but our arty pursuits first because that's what people come here for. We are here to be your audio ambiance, your background sound. We are here to keep you company while you are doing laundry, while you are chasing after your children, while you are doing that boring data entry at your work from home job. And if you were kidnapped from Earth and made to be a go go dancer on the planet of fuck you, And you did this for 3 years, and then all of a sudden, a giant pink shark-like creature who is who seems to be made of jello comes and asks you for a private dance, not because he wants anything untoward, but because he believes you are his mate and he wants to take you away from here and to his planet of Oceania. Then we are here to help you keep calm while you try to figure out his language so you can communicate with each other. And that last bit was not my real life
I would
because
hope not.
I am female. I am not male.
Is
And
this a little gay romance?
this is a male male alien romance
A little
called
gay romance.
called I'm Not Your Pet by Faye Quinn.
Ooh, somebody had fun designing that cover. Oh my goodness. Let me turn the volume down on my phone.
Hello everyone.
Hello. That was a roller coaster. Also, I hope everyone always enjoys our little.
I left out so much.
I honestly don't know if I can handle any more than that. I already feel like I need an adult. But I hope everyone enjoys my little interpretive dance every time you're telling the stories. Ronald says, I think I blacked out.
Okay.
Amazing.
Upcoming today on our little session around the kitchen table with our cup of coffee, as it were. Since we already discussed off camera that we don't have a lot of crafty stuff to show, how about we go ahead and do our little life update, go ahead and do our crafty stuff so we can go ahead and talk about media and whatever else is on our mind.
Yes. Also, around the kitchen table is not too bad of a name.
I thought about that because the whole time I was making coffee, I was thinking about what we should call ourselves. But if I say around the kitchen table, people are going to think we cook, and we don't cook.
Oh, we don't.
We don't.
What about like?
So I don't want to do anything like kitchen. I was trying to think because a coffee Klatsch is. I envisioned when the housewives would, the men would go off to work, and then the housewife across the street would come over here to get a cup of coffee and sit down at the kitchen table, and we chat for a minute before we have to go back and finish doing laundry or whatever.
What are those things called? The conversation couches? Is that what they're called? A conversation couch? A conversation chair? Where it's got the little table for you to put the phone?
Yeah.
What do you call it that? Is it a conversation chair? Conversation couch? I like the alliteration.
The conversation.
I also like what Judy said around the coffee table.
That could be around the coffee table. That could be it.
And then we don't have to get rid of all of our coffee imagery that we've built up.
Lord Jesus.
It's hitting you.
Yeah, it is.
We have record lows in temperature right now.
I know, really. And I was going to jack the heat up.
It is 11 degrees. Oh, you can't even see it. It's 11 degrees. Also, look at Duo. What is he doing? He's all angry. I can't share my screen.
Let me see what my Duo is doing. But so, other than it being here, it is, what's the temperature here? It is 26 degrees here. You're always 10 degrees lower than we are, at least. So it's 26 degrees. And we got snow. We got snow yesterday, but it did not stay. It was sticking in the driveway. We got snow right when it got dark, and it was sticking in the driveway, but it never stuck in the grass or in the road, and it is already gone.
Yeah, we had little flurries yesterday, but it was about the same. It didn't stick literally anywhere. So, but I'm just going to go down the list of the life update stuff. So as we know, I work at. Oh yeah, we can talk about the game because Ari and Tyler came over to visit yesterday, but I will hit that at the end of the life updates. Um, so as we know, oh, your duo's all strong. Look at you with your 101 days. Look at you with your 101 days, duo strong. Side note, we're gonna be all over the place today. Did you see that Duo on TikTok revealed who was in the costume?
Yes, I did. I did.
Everybody was doing all these big confessions and stuff right before it was banned, and then it came back, and now everybody's like, crickets, crickets.
Yep.
Now we know who's in the costume.
Yep. All the staff said goodbye. They showed all who was in the costumes. That the lawyer is really their lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Who was running the social media account. They did the whole thing. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking coffee. Wayne. Ooh, I think we're still working on the where I got the whole bean coffee instead of the ground coffee. Mm-hmm. So I think we're still working on that Starbucks blonde espresso. But I did mix in my little hot cocoa and ashwagandha mix into it. So I'm doing that with some. I think we just got some regular creamer.
I'm drinking hot coffee. I'm drinking Walmart instant because I'm out of the Cafe Bustelo. So I'm drinking Walmart or Food Line brand instant with a bump of my mushroom everyday dose. And
I still get commercials for them on Instagram all the time.
Italian sweet cream is my creamer of choice today.
Nice.
I tried the because one of the people I follow on TikTok does the does the protein coffee, and but she does it iced, and so I thought, well, maybe I'll just try it in my as a creamer in my hot coffee. So I got one of the Premier protein things and put it in my coffee, and it doesn't taste bad, but I think I would like it better in an iced coffee
if it was iced. Yeah,
icing
a coffee hides a world of hurt.
Something about the texture of the protein drink is ever so slightly chalky. It's not as bad as when I used to drink Slim Fast back in the day, but it's, if you think about it too hard, it's ever so slightly chalky. But if it was over ice. And
when I was a child and you guys had those Slim Fast, you have no idea how much I wanted to drink one because on the can they made it look so good. It looked like just a delicious strawberry milkshake, and I wanted to try it so bad. And you were like, "No, it's not for kids, it's for us." And I'm like, "Why?" And now as an adult, I still kind of want to drink one.
Well, now you're an adult, you can try one. I mean, they
made it look so good.
Honestly, for me, I don't ever drink the vanilla or the strawberry kind of ones because to me it's overly chemical chalkiness to me. I if I'm going to do a Slim Fast, it's got to be the coffee flavored or the chocolate flavored that hides all the protein and whatever other stuff they've got in it. Join as you go, though, is not. Ronald is having an issue.
Yeah, what do we mean join as you go? I was looking at that and trying to process, like, joining colors as you go, or are you making squares and joining squares as you go?
It's like you make a strip.
And like that blanket you were doing before.
Yeah, like the blanket I was doing before, where you make a strip, and then when you start the second strip, you start it by crocheting into the first strip before you.
This one I have to join each strip with slip stitches between clusters, but it's on the long side.
Yeah, that's very similar to the one that I did. Yeah,
that's what happens when you make a blanket. Making blanket sucks.
Yeah, but it's so tempting though. Blankets,
it is
to me tempting because I see the big blankets and how beautiful they are, and we're not talking about. We got to get the life out of the way first.
Okay, let's see if we can speed through it. We all know Party City is closing. I was trying to find a new job. I went over to Joann's the other day and was like, "Hey, I'm the manager at Party City. Can you guys give me a job?" And they're like, "Well, we can make you a key holder, but it's only like 1190, 1175 something, 11, basically pretty much the exact same as I'm making as a manager over at Party City.
Mhm.
I'm like, I can make that work. I can make that work, I think. As if I was not already making that. I can make that work. And they're like, okay, but you wouldn't be getting too many hours. I'm like, oh, and like, but if we hire you as a key holder, so you get the key holder pay, but then you do the SFS, which is the ship from store, where they like people will place orders.
Uh-huh.
I go into the back and pack it up and ship it out. Then I'll get a
Mhm.
lot more hours, and the more that I do, the more I'll have,
Mhm.
or is kind of how she explained it. So, and I was like, I can't start until the end of February because that's when our store's closing, and I'm trying to get that extra week. And she's like,
Mhm.
that'll be okay. And I'm like,
Mhm.
rad. And then Ronald is like, hey y'all hear Joanne's is supposed to be closing because they filed for bankruptcy again? And I'm
Really,
like,
I was waiting for that.
no.
You said Joanne's, and I'm waiting for the end of this.
No, I really hope that someone buys it though. I've been watching a few of the videos, and at least one of the videos I saw, I believe, said that there has been a bid for the company, for someone to buy the company. It looks like Joanne's just looking to find a better offer for the company, but there has been at least
And,
one bid.
and I say to you, Auntie Joanne, quit being picky. Somebody wants to
I'm
buy
saying,
you. Take the money and run.
take the money and run, and let somebody keep your stores open for me. Not for any of these other mofos, for me.
Yeah, really, because like I went in. Well, that's crafty stuff. We're not gonna talk about that. Um,
But
what other life updates?
I just, on that note, not on crafty stuff note, but on that note, and kind of on the next note as well, I saw on the Joanne's bankruptcy, I saw a TikTok video, and someone's like, Joanne, you filed for bankruptcy. Joanne, what did you do with all that money I gave you?
I saw
Joanne,
that
what
video. I saw that
did I
video.
give
It
you?
was so funny. It was so funny. What did you do with the money I gave you?
What did you do with all the money I gave you, Joanne? Okay, but on the subject of TikTok, let me take the application out of life updates. On the subject of TikTok, the TikTok ban.
Okay,
Ah,
well, no, I was gonna save that for after we did our crochet or crafty stuff because I
okay.
figured we would
Well,
ramble on about that. So I figured we'd do
we'll
that after the
okay.
crafty stuff.
We'll circle past both of those. The only other updates I have are, one, I have a healthy new meal slash snack that I've been eating. Wayne got me some. Well, he first got me some. It was
Okay,
like
halt sidebar for a second. My computer is haunted apparently because our Google Keep is supposed to say 96. It says 90 and it says November 27th, 2024. And I know that I changed it because
I
we're
see
on
it
90.
too. Wait, let me check on my phone
It is
because I
haunted.
also see it.
I tried accessing it from my phone the other day and it kept saying it had to update, and I never could pull it up on my phone. And
I got the notification that they were supposed to be doing some updates, but it said it was gonna like, it said you could update now or you could update later. If you update now, all of your stuff will be saved before your update. So I saw that little thing at the top. I
oh,
never
I
updated
didn't
it.
even
I was
get
like, I'm
that.
busy doing stuff.
Mine just said this needs to update. It might take a minute. So I thought, oh, it's just talking to the server and it'll bring me my thing in a minute. And it never brought it to me. And I tried it
Well,
twice. I closed it and I opened it again the next day. I tried it twice.
we have been sent back to last year.
That's weird. I'm gonna fix it right now. So
Yeah, go ahead
hopefully
and update it. That's
today's 20,
wild.
today's the 22nd, right?
Yes.
While we were still in this sidebar, speaking of haunted computers, did I mention on the stream last time about it was a quick little sidebar about how we were ordering groceries and my grocery order disappeared from the Walmart app,
Yes,
and so I
you
didn't get
did
any
mention that.
groceries.
Yeah, we talked
I
about that. I
mentioned
think in the last one.
I mentioned that, right? Okay. So
Yes.
yeah, I tried accessing it from my phone, from this computer over here, and from this computer over here. Could not find my order. There was no trace of it ever having been. It's not like, oh, we've got it on hold or it was out of stock. Nothing.
It's
Okay.
just gone.
And then so I went on the Walmart app a few times after that, looking up stuff, adding stuff for the next order. Okay, and because I couldn't even
Mhm.
remember what I ordered for the last order, so I started over ordering stuff for the next order, and then day before yesterday, I opened it up because I said we're gonna order groceries soon, so let me see if I need to add some more stuff. I opened it up, all of my stuff from the previous order the was
Was
in
in
the
the cart.
thing, was in the thing. And plus some of the stuff, and some of the stuff like bananas that we always order, so it had doubled the amount of bananas because like I get 6 bananas every order so that each of us can have 2 bananas before they rot.
So it had the
Because I
old
don't.
six and the new six.
So it had the old 6 and the new 6. It
Wild.
had like the frozen dinners that I kind of get regularly. It had 2 of each dinner instead of one. I'm like, so I
Spooky.
had to go back through. It was like crazy. I'm like, where were you hiding this, Walmart?
My bag is out there. Sorry, I was supposed to get something out of my bag for him, and I thought I brought it in here. I did not. That is
So that's
crazy.
my life update. My computer's haunted.
Apparently. Russell,
Yeah,
wow,
it's
ghost
not
in the
a
machine.
ghost in the machine, exactly. But yeah, other than that, nothing much is really going on. It is hecka cold
So
here.
while we're talking about food, because you were talking about food, I've discovered a healthy new meal slash snack. Because Wayne got me some like two grocery orders ago. He got me some it was packets of rotisserie chicken that's already been like cooked and was like cut up into like chunks or whatever. And so I just threw that in the air fryer and like ate it as just like a little chicken snack. And I was like, oh, this is really good. And so
Mhm.
I asked him for the next time that he ordered groceries to get me, we couldn't get that same rotisserie chicken because it was like $3 for a little pack that was like a very small snack. Like it was very small.
Uh-huh.
And so we looked up and there was some Tyson like cubed cooked chicken. And so he
Uh-huh.
got that. It was like grilled chicken. So he got that. And I asked him to get me some low carb tortillas and some baby spinach. And I've been making wraps. And he got me some onions too.
Cool.
So I
Do
have
you
been
guys
making
not have the
wraps.
John Souls chicken at your store?
What is that? Let me look up and see if I recognize the package. Because
Because
we
that's
were
what
trying to
I get
find.
when I want to have chicken that's like already grilled and cooked, and you put it in the freezer section, and then you can just like warm it up in the microwave or whatever. And I that's what I add to like
Yeah, that's the chicken that I got. That's what I had when I had the rotisserie or yeah, the rotisserie chicken, but it came in such a small bag. Like we couldn't find a
mhm.
big bag of it.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise we would have gotten that. Because
Okay.
we were because I think he got a Food Lion card and so he's been doing Food Lion shopping
Mhm.
to save us money and he just can't we like neither one of us could find a big bag of that so we had to do the Tyson, which I would prefer the John Souls because it tasted better and it was already like
Yeah.
seasoned and everything.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah. I
like
like
yeah.
John Souls. I get the chicken and the beef from John Souls because that works good in putting in just various things like noodles and
Mm-hmm.
salads. I've been doing more salads because I'm doing I told you I was doing the intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
So I have not weighed myself. I weighed myself that one time, and I've not weighed myself again because I try not to focus too much on
Yeah.
weighing myself a lot. Because then I just get frustrated that it's not happening fast enough or whatever. But I try to do it periodically just so that I am not um because sometimes you get in your head that, oh, I still only weigh, 1, 2, 3, and then you realize, no, you really weigh 4, 5, 6 because
Mm-hmm.
you haven't been paying attention to it.
Yeah.
And
We still
so,
don't own a scale. I keep trying to ask Wayne to get a scale at the box store that he is working at.
hmm
But he keeps forgetting because it's not really on his mind. So I might go get one out while I'm out today since I don't work. Because I've been eating slightly healthier, not like extremely healthier, but slightly healthier. And I've been doing a lot of Beat Saber, a lot of Beat Saber. So I've been getting some exercise.
Yeah,
So I just like to
I
listen.
tried to do a morning routine day before yesterday, and it's supposed to be like a 10 minute. I got about 6 minutes in, and then I
Have
couldn't
you
do
checked
any
out
more. And
the?
so
Have
there
you
was
checked out the? Oh, go ahead.
no, there's another one because I have a whole list. If you could see the playlist of workouts that I've got a whole list, and so I'm and you could if you go through the list you can see like periods that I'm going through because like at the bottom of the list or at the top of the list the older stuff is all like fitness marshall and some of these other ones
Mm-hmm.
where I thought I was really going to be able to dance and stuff, and now the more recent videos are like chair exercise and
Mm.
tai chi for senior citizens.
You should
So
check out the Grow with Joe channel. She's got like a range of stuff if you haven't looked at any of her videos.
I might even have some of her because she sounds familiar. I might even have some of her videos on my list. But I have another one coming up since I only was able to do 6 minutes. When I stopped that one, I happened to notice that in my playlist, I have another one that's like a 6 minute morning
Workout. Mm-hmm.
workout, 6 minute morning stretch or some crap. So I'm going to try that one next.
I keep telling myself I want to work out in the morning, but it is not going to happen. I cannot wake up in the morning. It just doesn't happen no matter how hard I try. So I am an evening workout girly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
everybody says that working out in the morning is best for you and jumpstart your day or whatever. And I'm like, I am lucky if I get out of bed.
Everything I've read was like morning may be best, but the best is when you're going to do it.
Yeah, which for me
And
is in the evening.
the only reason I'm focusing on morning is because I increasingly have trouble moving in the morning. So I thought maybe if I do something that kind of stretches me out in the morning,
Yeah.
that it might help.
But
So
that is
is that all the life stuff that we've got to talk
the only other
about?
live stuff is that Ari and Tyler came over yesterday. We filmed some fun TikTok videos, so hopefully you'll be seeing those soon. And then we played Cook Serve Delicious on my Xbox, which it fully took us because we back when Ari was living here were really into that game, and so we got pretty far, not like very very far, but we got pretty far into that game. But then he's been gone for like what feels like 40 years, and so he came back and we were playing the game because it is couch co-op only. They do not have an online co-op mode, otherwise we would have been playing this game all along, but it has couch co-op only. And so it took us a full 20 minutes to remember how to play the game. Because we started, we're like, wait, what? Which button's what? And so that we had to back up and play the like tutorial level and then play the first like regular level. And then we're like, okay, now we remember. And then we jumped ahead and we're like, oh no. So we like struggled through like 5 or 6 levels. But we got silver. We got silver on most of them and like gold on one of them that we were trying to get through. But I forgot how, like, I knew in my heart how stressful that game was. I forgot in my brain how stressful that game was. Because it's not like Overcooked where you're like walking around and like, or even Played Up where you're walking around and like you only interact with the thing when you're in front of it. It is
Uh-huh.
like everything is on the screen. One of you
Uh-huh.
has the top half of the screen, the other one has the bottom half of the screen, and each individual button is keyed to stuff. So like if you want to do this over here, you have to press Y. If you want to do this down
Yeah,
the side, you have to
I've
press
played
X.
it. I've played it, and it took me a
Yeah.
minute to kind of wrap
But
my
it's
head
also like
around.
combinations of buttons. Like, oh,
Yeah.
if you're making the onigiri, you have to look at this menu, hold down left trigger, press the ABC, and then hold down right trigger and press A
Uh-huh.
to like get the things.
See,
It's
that's almost like playing a shooter, trying to remember all those combos and stuff to do things. It's like
mm-hmm.
no.
Yeah. Ari says, "Oh, we need to look into Parsec. It's a way to allow us to play Cook Serve Delicious, quote unquote, online." Nice. We will look that up later because definitely we need to make it through that game. Also, Wayne got us boba tea. So Ari and Tyler came over and Wayne wanted to cook dinner for everybody. And they're like, oh, we were ordering pizza because we had coupons. And he's like, next time I'll cook for you. But he ordered us all bubble tea from Typhoon Noodle and it was very, very good. I had a strawberry milk bubble tea with blueberry popping pearls. And then Ari and Tyler got One of them was a mango with tapioca pearls. The other one was a taro with tapioca pearls. And then I can't remember which one Wayne got.
I got what you meant,
Something.
Ari. I got what you meant, Ari.
Oh, he was talking about the boba tea in Cook Serve Delicious, which was hard. It was very hard because there's a lot of options. But yeah, that's what happened. So those are all of my updates. Do you have anything else to?
No, no, no. So it's time to move on to Yarny Crafty thoughts. Do you
Which
have a
we
heart
don't
out
have
today?
much. Hard out today at 1, I believe. Let me double check my.
And
I
Ari
got too
said
many Google Keeps.
Munchkin. Did you play the card game Munchkin?
Yes, we played Munchkin, and I basically won, but kind of didn't. It was we were playing, and I started off losing that game so bad, and then Tyler called this man Donald Trump. He walked in, made enemies, and then assumed that he had allies, even though there were only 4 people playing the game. He walked in, did some crazy stuff, and made some enemies, and then when he got effed over, assumed that he was gonna have some allies, which was absolutely wild. Thought that he was gonna make the best out of the situation, did not. And then I was fighting a monster. He laid 2 different cards on the monster to make it harder. Me and Ari helped me out fighting that monster. So we like scraped by and barely beat that monster. And then next go around, we get around to Tyler's turn. Tyler gets a ridiculously hard monster. And he looks at Ari. He's like, can you help me? He's like, and he looks at Wayne. He's like, can you help me? And he looks at me and I'm like, I am ready to put your picture on a t-shirt. Don't you do this to me. Do not look at me. Absolutely not. And if anybody helps you, I'll be damned. So he eventually, we get through that scuffle. But basically, we get, I think it was 2 turns later, but I'm at, because you have to get to level 10 to win. So I'm at level 9. And then I beat a monster. I forgot to take the treasure from my monster. So I went ahead and drew it while Wayne was in the middle of his turn. I went ahead and drew my treasure for my monster. And I was like, oh, can I go ahead and play this now since I should have played it on my turn? And everybody kind of was like, kind of saying yeah, but kind of you should have played it on your turn. And I was like, I'll just hold on to it. It was a level up card. I would have won on the spot. And then Wayne does some shenanigans and wins. And I was like, no, but I had the card. I would have played it on my turn. I should have won. I should have won. Ari said he's definitely bringing it next year on the cruise, which is good.
I have never played Munchkin. I've heard that Munchkin was popular in the hobby for a while back when you guys were kids, but I've heard that most longtime board gamers have fallen out of love with that game. But I've never played it, so I haven't.
I think you might enjoy it. It's giving very much like D&D meets Flux. Is what it feels like to me.
Translation, your father would hate it.
Oh, absolutely. I told Ari, I was like, my mom might play this game. Isaac and Chloe will play this game. I can't promise you that anybody else will.
The aunties are not going to play that game. The aunties will be confused.
No. Well, Ari also has this big ass game, Freedom 5 something, which is the box was enormous. It was literally this big. And you're playing as superheroes fighting a thing, but there are different scenarios. Just look it up. Ari, put something in the Discord.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen on the Dice Tower somebody talking about that one. But
yeah, there's scenarios set up like comic books.
It looked like, this is outside my budget. B, I don't know anybody who would play this with me. Because right now, any games I look at are not necessarily what games do I want to play, but what games do I want to play that I can also get your Aunt Terry to play with me.
Mm-hmm. Well, Ari owns it. If he feels like taking up half of a suitcase, he can bring it on the cruise next year.
That's a game where if I manage to come to Asheville at the same time that Ari does, maybe we could all play.
Ooh, let's plan a trip out.
Maybe we could all play because I keep thinking that I'm going to come up there to visit you, and we could play games and watch movies and things.
Yeah, Ari said it's called Freedom 5, a sentimental board game. So y'all can look that up.
I'll look that up
All right,
later.
looking in the Yarny Crafty thoughts. The first list we've got Granny Square all in one can make a hexagon.
Yes. Did you not get? Oh, you don't get the emails, do you?
Even if I did, I would not see them.
I got an email from let me see if I can pull it up because I got an email from
Your inspirations? Red Heart?
Your Inspirations. Yeah, from Your Inspirations saying, oh, so Ronald has gotten the email too because he said, and many other motifs. Oop, that's the wrong one.
Ari said something as soon as you clicked it.
Let's see. But
Nope,
apparently the Granny Square all in one, the way they've spaced it out, you can do other things.
Nice.
I have no
I
feeling.
don't understand how that works though, because
You know what?
like
I think that okay.
you think
What is
that are you trying to pull up the email?
No, I didn't even look for an email. I figured I'd type it and it would just show me something.
And it would just appear.
It would just show me something. Because I wasn't trying to.
Well, while you're pulling that up, I'm going to talk about the plethora of whips that I have.
This
Oh,
video has popped up, so we'll just play.
you, if we can. That video is sending you into a spectrum spiral.
Oh, am I in a spectrum spiral? Okay, so we'll just go ahead and close this then.
Yeah, this is not a video sharing podcast. Because anytime either one of us pulls up a video, it is absolute chaos. Well, while you're pulling up visual aids, I want to talk about the plethora of whips that I have right now because I keep starting things and not finishing things because I'm not sure what I want to work on right now. I'm in a funk. And so I'm like, let me make this new thing. Let me make this new thing. So I've got the cloak, the green cloak that I showed, the green and black one. I have that. I still have not made the hood for that, even though it would be so easy. It's just a rectangle. I still have not made the hood for that. So that is currently a whip. I started the other cloak, which I have made the hood for, the one that's in the peacock colors. This is the hood for it. But the one that's in the, where are you, camera? I'm used to the camera being over here. But the one that's in the peacock colors, I have the hood and I started the cloak, but it's not any further than like this right now. So that's another whip. I started a snake like months ago in the Bernat Perfect Phasing. So it changes the colors all smooth. I started a snake in that, have not finished that. I've got 2 Slumbering Fae hats that I've not finished, one of which I was using for the pictures for the pattern, and then just like, poof, where has it gone? I don't know. I mean, it's in the box over here. I just haven't finished it. I discovered while I was cleaning up my yarn in the living room, I discovered some water bottle holders that I had not finished that are sitting in there. I found some little bee bodies that are like this big that I made the bee body, never made the wings, never put the eyes on them. There were like 5 of those in there. I found some little mini chickens in there that I never put the beaks or the eyes or anything on. There were like 2 of those in there. I have too many and I keep wanting to start new things. Oh, I have the blue shawl. Remember when I was making that shawl out of the blue that's almost this, but is the ugly one that I keep buying even though I hate it? Do we remember this shawl? I have that one. It is also in here somewhere. So many whips. So many whips. and I don't know what to do with any of them. I don't want to finish any of them. I really just want to start something else, but I don't know what I want to start, and I don't want to end up with another whip. I don't know what to do. It's a problem in my life.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I know that feeling.
Because I really should be working
But
on like amigurumis and stuff, getting ready for the market season, and I just don't want to do any of them. I keep making hats. I made another like 2 hats the other day because I was like, I don't want to do any of this stuff. Let me make some hats. Have you pulled up your visual aid?
well, I was trying to. I couldn't find anything quick. I'm trying to pull up my visual aid. I resorted to going to my email because
Mm-hmm.
um, er, we're not going there.
Just make sure you don't accidentally flash your email
I
to the
have
world.
much. Nobody cares what's in my email. Trust me.
But when we get super popular and famous after we change our name and everyone discovers us, you don't want
Yeah,
everyone to be
whatever.
sending you emails. Ronald says he didn't
Okay.
see the emails because he doesn't even open those emails. Ronald just knows about them. He said, but I did watch like 4 different videos of people teaching you the other motifs.
See, I haven't seen any videos for that. I've just seen. Um, did I trash it? Maybe.
Oh, the other whip that I was going to talk about that is actually in the thing. I started a tapestry crochet. It was a pattern of a like death head moth that looked pretty good. I was using my one skein of Biddy Stripe. I was using Biddy Stripe, and it was the Biddy Stripe. I think I had a crayon box, but it's Biddy Stripe and just black. And I was doing the pattern, but it's so much bigger than I thought it was gonna be. For some reason, I thought it was gonna be like this big, but it's like this big. And so I'm like, first of all, I don't even think I have a dowel rod to hang that on. So I'd have to go get another dowel rod from Auntie Joanne's before she closes. But also, it was just taking forever, and it's not something I can work on while I'm at work, which is what I thought it was going to be. Because like when it's slow enough, I can usually get some stuff done. But oh wait, I do have something to show. I dug out my Kumahimo discs that I got for Christmas and made a couple Kumahimo things. I will be right back while you're pulling up motifs, and I'm gonna go get my Kumahimo thingies. If I can turn off my camera, hello. I will return. Talk to the people.
You will return. Talk to the people.
Yes.
So this is the video that not the video, but this is the I had a hard time finding it because it wasn't the subject of the email, let's put it that way. The subject of the email was like 7 new shades of Granny Square all in one. And then you scroll way down and it says, oh, did you know you can also make hexagons out of the all in one? It was just like a throwaway comment almost. It wasn't the subject of the whole email, which to me, it should have been, because so many people have been hating on this yarn, that I would think it would be the subject of the whole email to say, hey, you can do other stuff with this yarn other than make the granny squares that, you know, we suggested that you hate. Here's some other things you can do with it. Um, so I thought that was interesting. And I still have um
Don't you have one skein?
I still have a skein that I only made like 2 granny squares out of. So I might try making one of these hexagons just to see if I can do it. Because I still haven't decided what to do with that one skein that I have. So but yeah, I just thought it was interesting. And I for it to be such a throwaway comment, it feels like, I don't know. I was gonna say that when they originally made this yarn, they probably had already tested the different things you could do with it, and
We're
sort
gonna
of
do a slow release.
to roll them out slowly. But this was such a throwaway comment that I think maybe they didn't really plan for this. Maybe somebody else, some user discovered that you could do this, and then it's like, oh well, maybe we need to jump on putting the
But
patent.
for them to release it as a Granny Square and think that no one was going to try it, like pretty much immediately, I feel like that was a little silly of them. Like just a little silly, because like the way, especially like not just like normal like at home crafters, but like social media crafters, like YouTube crafters and stuff like that, where they like are posting stuff a lot. Like for you to think that they're not going to try that almost immediately, it feels a little silly.
But yeah, cause I only made 2 squares out of mine, which I happen to have just sitting right next to me. And it took me several tries to get them lined up. So I might try the hexagon and see, because I still have, because
Most of the skein, because it makes like 14.
yeah,
I
it
think.
makes like 14. So I have most of the skeins still sitting here. And because I just wanted to try it, and I tried it, and I got it out of my system.
Ronald says, I just saw one yesterday about a variant for the flower power where it will have less holes, which is cool. So I dug out my Kumihimo disc, and I've been making Kumihimo. For anybody who doesn't know, this is a Kumihimo disc. It's a disc that has a bunch of little slits. You take several strings, tie a knot, place the strings in specific spots, and then you move the strings in a specific pattern, and it makes a thing. Here is one small friendship bracelet. Oh, you can barely even see the color changes in there, but it's like purple and green stripes. I now wish that I'd left my camera down on my laptop. But this is using like embroidery thread, because I was like, oh, let me make it. Yeah. So I was like, let me make it super small, which I was like, oh, let me go to Joann's to go get some embroidery thread. And then I remembered I had a whole pack in my box. I just have supplies on supplies in that box right there. I had to dig to the bottom of the box. But so doing this one,
I have DMC floss that is calling my name because you know me, when I have supplies sitting in my house, they call at me to say, you haven't used me, you haven't used me, you haven't used me.
My supplies call to no one.
My supplies call me all the time.
My supplies bury themselves and hope that I will never discover them so that I can buy them friends. What is Stitch Quest while I'm pulling up the rest of my
I have no idea what Stitch Quest is.
So I did the embroidery floss. I hate it. It's so small. It takes so long to make anything. And the strings, because they're so small, get tangled up in each other, and it's not hard to untangle, not easy to untangle. So think
about it. Kids everywhere have made friendship bracelets out of this floss for years. And you as an adult find it too fiddly?
I do, and I hate it. So I switched to using yarn. And look at it in the yarn.
Yeah, I mean, if it was me, I'm making fun of you, but if it was me, I would do yarn too.
It got a little scrunchy in there because I was trying to figure out tension, so we're going to ignore that section. But I think it turned out pretty good. This is Wayne's bracelet, so I need to return it to him after this. But then I want to show you my favorite one that I did, but it's too chunky, so I have to figure out how to like end it so it can be a proper bracelet. But oh my goodness, hang on. Can I switch cameras just for this moment? Bear with me just a moment, because
you go right ahead. Meanwhile, I guess I'm searching for Stitch Quest since Ronald isn't going to tell us what it is.
Yeah, what is it, Ronald? Oh my goodness, you're so close. What is this? Okay. You see this?
Oh, that's nice. Is
I
yarn?
did.
Is that yarn or floss?
Yes. It's yarn. So there's the gold yarn that is the stripes. There's the gray yarn, which is the background. And then I've got blue sparkly yarn that makes basically spots in it that look like jewels almost.
That's nice.
I really like this one. And it wasn't too hard. The problem is, look at how chunky that is. I cut off the extra yarns, like trying to
Uh-huh.
tie a knot or something, but it's just so chunky here. I need to find some sort of like jewelry cap or something to put
Yeah.
on that to
Yeah.
end that knot. But it's so like, it's almost as big as my finger. It's like
Yeah,
big.
I'm sure you can find some sort of jewelry cap to go on that, and if you put a jewelry cap on it, then it'll make it look a little more fancy for to put on your
Yeah.
face.
Because it's like, it's a nice sized bracelet. Like
Yeah,
it's a nice little cord.
yeah. And where you are in hippy dippy Asheville, I'm sure there are people who would appreciate that aesthetic more than just like metal jewelry.
Absolutely. Let me, can I do this seamlessly? So seamless. Okay, Mother, have you done the research? What is Stitch Quest?
All I get when I bring up Stitch Quest is Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Disney Dreamlight Valley. I was also playing that the other day. I have acquired, I found Ursula. Let's see. I found Donald's boat, but have not found Donald yet. I just placed Daisy's house right next to Donald's boat because I felt like they would enjoy living next to each other. I got the mini casita, so I have Mirabelle now.
I
Um,
borrowed your father's MacBook just long enough to load Disney Dreamlight
it takes
Valley
so
and
long to
and
load.
and try it out. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know that this is something I'm gonna play.
No, it's giving very much like almost Animal Crossing with Disney characters, essentially, but like even less stuff to do. Because like the majority of what you're doing is like, go talk to this person. This person wants you to go grow some apples. Okay, take the apples back to this person. Now
Yeah,
go talk to this
I
other
think if I
person.
get just a little more time removed from my favorite game of all time, then I
If you wait any more time removed, you're gonna have the second game out.
seriously. But I mean, I already have started jumping back into stop, stop. This is Yarny Crafty Thoughts. What is Stitch Quest,
You
Ronald? Because all I found was Disney Dreamlight the
let me
Valley.
look it up on my phone.
So, is there anything else that you want to show, or
No, I showed basically everything. And let me look at my. Oh, I snagged some clips from Party City because when I was doing my Kumahimo, no, we don't see any other comments other than "Are you all doing Stitch Quest?" You might have to repost it because I only see
yeah,
the. Did it get blocked or something for some
did
reason?
it get losted? Sometimes I try to post a comment and the ether just eats it.
It's the ghost in the machine. Let me see if I can pull up the. Is it on the? Oh, don't be loud! Don't be loud! Don't be loud! No. Yeah, it doesn't show up when I pull it up on my phone either. So I don't know what it
You never
is.
told me what your heart out was, by the way. You looked
Oh,
it
my
up.
heart out is. Oh, I looked it up and then immediately forgot. Let me look it up again.
Mhm.
But I think my heart out is 1. I have to pull it up in my Google Keep because I have a Google Keep for the market as well. Yeah, I have to be there at 2. My heart out is 1.
Okay.
Oh, it's a fantasy themed crochet along. That sounds fun. Oh my goodness. Stitch. What? Oh, let me spell Stitch correctly. Stitch Quest crochet along.
Yeah, you might have to add crochet along because again, if you type Stitch Quest, you're going to get Disney Dreamlight Valley talking about that character from Lilo and Stitch.
You mean Stitch from Lilo and Stitch?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Um,
you know what I was trying to say.
yes, I knew exactly what you were trying to say. I was just being obtuse.
Giving your mother
Um,
a hard time because you're a teenager.
Stitch Quest, a teenager. Wild, considering we are so close to my 32nd birthday. Oh, it looks
Oh,
like we'll have to watch it in a YouTube video. Is it Crafting in the Night? Is that who's making it? Or there's a video on CATT Cat Lady YouTube. Okay, the video that came up for me was Crafting in the Night. So we'll have to watch this later and maybe talk about
yeah.
it more next. because I don't need another project to do a crochet along, but like, what if I want to do a crochet along? What if we all crochet along the crochet along? But yeah, that is all of my stuff. Did you have coloring books and coloring pages things to show?
Yeah, let's. I found the video for the cat lady thing, so I'm bookmarking it so I can look at it later. Give me just a second. Um,
Oh, if you can't share the
because
link,
it won't let
Ronald,
me
just
get
throw it in the
past this
Discord.
ad.
Oop. Yeah, Ronald, if you can't share the link in the Discord or in the YouTube, just share it in the Discord. If not, one of us will look it up later. Probably. Maybe.
All I want to do is add it to my watch later, please.
It's
Ugh,
not a mystery crochet along, is it? Like, can
I've
you?
never watched.
Or,
I've never. I've never watched this cat lady person. It looks like it's one of those things where you make what you want to make and you get points and
oh,
stuff. That's just my guess. That's from the little bit that I'm seeing here. I don't think it's
that sounds fun.
I don't think it's a yeah. I generally don't do those kind of things because I'm not gonna finish. Yeah, Ronald knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's
Sounds
because like
interesting.
they like Ravelry, every 4 years has the Ravel Olympics or whatever, although they're not allowed to call it that anymore because of the Olympic Committee. But basically, everybody gets on teams or whatever, and then you make stuff, and then points go toward your team.
Oh,
And sometimes they give out prizes if you show pictures of what you made or whatever and stuff like that.
that
And I'm
sounds fun. We
those
should
have never
join.
those kind of things have never really appealed to me. I generally like the crochet alongs where
Are all just making the
everybody,
same item?
everybody's making the same thing. Or at least like where you and I did our vacation crochet along where we were both making something to wear on vacation
Mm-hmm.
and that sort of
Yeah.
thing. But anyway, your sister, I know I talked about my birthday last time, but your sister
Mm-hmm.
bought me some stuff that didn't come until later. So she bought me some glitter
Ooh,
markers.
glitter markers. I didn't know who made glitter markers.
I didn't either. Oh, hoo glitter markers. I
I
haven't I haven't tried them yet, but
feel like I need them.
I mean, these are the kind where you like gotta shake them up because I see on art YouTubes where people talk about having to shake their pens and stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't think I have those kind of pens, and I don't. But these are the kind because I saw on the instructions. These are the kind that you gotta shake them up and then press the nib on the paper
Mm-hmm.
for a little while to make the ink run down or whatever. So I'm hesitant to start these because I don't want to mess them up. But she gave me
It'll be
these.
fine. Start with the color you don't like.
And then she got
Ooh, a full
me
box.
of 60 alcohol
Ooh,
markers called
you got them.
illustration.
Oh, nice hoo-hoos.
Yeah, they're
I,
the Kala series. They're illustration tones. So
they're
um
not super vibrant. They're like,
they're not super vibrant like the Crayolas.
yeah, they're a bit more muted.
But they're more vibrant than the because I did my swatches while I was watching TV. So
Ooh,
they're more vibrant than um
there's
colored
a lot of
pen.
pinks in there.
They're more vibrant than colored pencils, but
Mm-hmm.
they're not as vibrant as the watercolored markers that I have from Ohuhu or the Crayolas that I have.
Mm-hmm.
But they have I mean it doesn't really register on camera, but they have a almost a watercolory feel to them.
They seem to give a
Um
watercolory vibe based on how you colored them in.
yeah, yeah. And And I looked again. I was going to color in my cityscapes book, but then I looked at the intro page because they had something on the thing about shading.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the music is still on, Ronald. It's
There is
starting.
music, but my mother was in charge of the music today, so she probably turned it all the way down so no one can hear it.
I turned it down to like 14.
It's on
Okay.
23 now. Can the world hear it?
I can hear it and it's distracting, but whatever.
Have you never like sat in a coffee shop with music playing over the radio before? Does that bother you? Can you not walk through a grocery store when they've got Beyonce playing on the speaker single ladies? Like, do you not go into Joann's and hear them playing Hosier, I Take My Whiskey Neat?
No, no. Um,
You need to go into more stores, is the problem.
when I go to the grocery store and there's music playing in the grocery store, I'm like, oh, I enjoy that song. And then I'm shopping. I'm not talking to anybody.
You don't talk to anybody in the store? You don't go shopping with people?
No.
Ronald says no, she doesn't leave home, or she keeps it fully silent at all times.
You, sir, are so wrong. Did we not go over my Spotify Wrapped where we saw how many hours I play Spotify? I play Spotify more hours than everybody else on the family plan because I play it the whole time that I'm working. I do
No, I like
not
this.
like, contrary to what you believe, I do not like silence because I do not want to be alone with my thoughts.
I like the conspiracy that Ronald has created, where every time I come home, I step into the house and all of a sudden it's a silent film.
No, and you, my children will attest. I have music all the time, all the time.
Just not here, not with me, not with you
This is
people.
how they've learned about music. But I just, for some reason, having that background jazz while we're trying to talk, I feel like I'm trying to yell over it.
Oh, well, this is the wrong jazz anyway. We never changed it.
And
Let's.
now I've
There.
got
It's more chill. Does that help?
you got me overheated now.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I did not mean to. See, my mother here, we have to be so chill because my mother here, she's prone to bouts of hysteria. We can't excite her too much,
Okay,
or
hysteria is a whole different thing
we'll have to go get
in my historical romance novels.
the
So
fainting couch.
you might want to retire that word, ma'am.
What? Have they ruined it? Is it nasty now?
It's always been.
But I thought that was. I thought hysterics are when you're like.
I'll leave it. Okay,
You're.
your sister
Oh no.
also bought me.
I'm concerned.
Your sister also bought me a coloring.
Ooh. Is that vintage Black Ladies?
Yes, it is vintage Black Ladies, 1950s affirmations coloring book. However, howsomever, it
Ooh.
is not color by number.
It's not. It's not. But you know what you could do? You could take those nice Ahoo markers and do some blending.
It's that shaded stuff so that you feel like you've done shading because it's the grayscale. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Grayscale, so that when you color it in, it feels like you've done some shading.
That would look good with your Ahoo markers, though.
I am so scared to try to color.
Ask her how much that book costs, because I bet you that book costs what, $10? If that coloring books cannot cost that much, I bet you it costs $10. Worst case scenario,
Ooh,
you can get
this roller derby one is cute.
that one's so cute. Yeah, just pick one. Pick a marker you don't like, or pick a picture you don't like, and pick some skin tones.
I can't.
It looked like there were several skin tones in there. Speaking of which, have you seen the? Ooh, I really like that one. That one's cute. I like all the hair in these. But last time I was at Auntie Joanne's, I was in one of the yarn sections, and there was. Oh, I should have. Did I take a picture of it? Because there was a yarn that was like labeled skin tone something. Let me see if I can find it. Because I'll have
Ronald, faux outrage. Faux outrage.
No outrage. What is Ronald doing for? Ooh!
Faux outrage.
Shame.
But you said skin tones yarn?
But let me see if I can find this yarn because it looked like it's specifically for. Yeah, it looks like it's specifically for like making
Like
baby
making
dolls and
dolls?
amigurumis and stuff.
Mhm.
Let's see. There it is. Oh, they're called skein tones. I'm so sorry. Skein
Yeah,
tones.
I feel like I've heard about skin
Let me.
tones. You pulling it up?
I am. This is taken just directly at my Auntie Joanne's.
Yeah, I've seen
This-
the that's Lion Brand, isn't it?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that coming out a while back.
I
I'm
had
not a
not heard of
doll
it.
I'm not a doll maker though, so I just didn't pay much attention to it.
Well, I
But
was wanting to make.
that particular color looks very close to the color of the year. Which did we
Is
discuss
this
the color
the
of the
color of the
year?
year? No. Why does it
The
feel like
pan
the color of the year is always butt?
the Pantone color of the year is Mocha Mousse. Have you not seen it?
I've not. But doesn't that mean that like
Also,
everybody's gonna be making their clothes this color? And it feels like we're just getting more beige adjacent. What's
what?
the point of the color of the year?
I I think the whole thing is that they are like um
Is it that this is the
I
color you
think
should be
they're
wearing, or
taking
this is the color we go ahead.
this is the color that they think people are going to like. They have taken the pulse because they're the ones who um they Pantone is the company that puts official numbers. Like you see that number down
Yes.
there, 17-1230. They put official numbers on colors so that like if you're trying to get a specific paint color or a specific marker color or something like that, they put numbers to colors so that you can get as exact as possible.
Yeah.
And so they also are so they are I don't know how to tell it. Pantone selects a color each year that captures the global zeitgeist. The color of the year expresses a global attitude, global mood, and an attitude. So I think they kind of talk to different industries to see where they plan to go with stuff,
Mhm.
and then they say, okay, this is the color that we think is going to be popular this year. And it's kind of like a feedback loop, I think, because they talk to industries unbeknownst to
And
us,
the,
and they
yeah.
get background knowledge, and then they put this color out, and then other companies that they didn't even talk to, I guess, think, oh, okay, well, this is the color they named, so let's put all of our Mocha Moose stuff forward
So
because
then
it
all
looks.
the industries are just putting out their Mocha Moose stuff. So they're creating the thing because they're telling the companies this is what's going to sell.
But they supposedly got their information from the companies to begin with, so the companies were kind of going to put this stuff out anyway.
I feel like we're
It's
doing this
kind of like,
in I feel like we're doing this in the reverse order. This shouldn't be a thing that comes out at the beginning of the year. This should be a Spotify recap. Like this should be this was the color that was popular this year, not this is the color that's going to be popular this upcoming year. That
uh,
feels silly.
yeah. But and I'm not the although this makes it look very delicious in this video.
Do you know
I
what
am
this looks like? This looks like when we're walking through the airport and they have the like moving paintings
yes,
on the
yes,
walls at the airport.
yes. But I mean, it makes me want to pick up my cup of coffee. It makes me want to have some chocolate pudding, that sort of thing. But as a color to wear, I don't want this because I'm looking at
It's
this
just shades of beige again.
and
Have we not?
I don't like brown on me. I don't particularly like brown to wear. So
Also, okay, what have been the last few Pantone colors of the year? How do I look that up?
I don't know. The only Pantone color of the year I remember is only Pantone color of the year that I remember is green because Ollie's happen to have this was the Pantone color of the year about I think 10 years ago, and
Hmm.
I bought this yarn because it was on sale like 3 months before they announced the color of the year. This yarn was on clearance at Ollie's, and I had bought what they had left of it, and then they announced the color of the year, and I'm like, oh, I've got that color. And I'm like, I bet Lion Brand is mad that they put this on sale because
So we
now it's
have
the color of
currently
the
Mocha
year.
Mousse.
Yeah, I remember that. That was last year. Uh, although that color would
More
go good,
beige.
that color would go good with well, it's more peach, and that color would go good with Mocha Mousse. That color would also go good with Mocha Mousse.
It would, but like
I don't
I
want
think,
to
but
wear
I
Mocha
like
Mousse
this one
by
better. We're
itself.
like we're getting better.
I would wear Mocha
I've
Mousse
not
as
looked at
like
any of these, but I'm seeing them.
I would wear Mocha Mousse like a tank top, and then wear the magenta color as like a jacket over it, and that would make the Mocha Mousse tolerable to me.
Mhm.
I
It feels like
remember
these colors are so
as you're
muted,
showing this
though.
to me, I remember these colors being announced, but I could not name it off the top of my head. Gray.
Why are there two for this year?
I don't know.
Well, there's two. There's illuminating and ultimate gray. Why are there two? First of all, second of all, gray. Your color of the year is gray.
Classic blue. Okay, so my
This
green
is an okay blue.
must have been further back than well, I did say 10 years ago, didn't I? Maybe my green is the no, it's not the next one. I remember the coral too.
Yeah,
Because it feels like it was I never heard of the color of the year
it's
till
not.
about 10,
Hang on. Let
till
me.
about till about 10 years ago when the yarn companies really started pushing. It seemed like the yarn companies started about 10 years ago really pushing, oh, this is the color of the year. These are all the yarns we have that are in this color. And here's some projects that you can make in this color. So these are all the things that we have.
Mhm.
So that's when I started being aware of the color of the year.
This already feels so close to two other colors that we've already seen,
Yeah, that's very
and we're
close.
only at 2018,
That's close to the Very Perry.
and to the blue that we just looked at.
Mhm. The classic blue, you mean?
Here's your green.
There's my green. Yep. There's my green.
2017. That's when your green was. I don't. But all of these.
Oh, I was close. I said 10 years ago. It was
What
8
is?
years ago. So I was close. Serenity.
These are all so muted. Rose
Yeah.
quartz and serenity. And how come some years get two? And what? I'm so tired of seeing all these shades of peach beige. This is going to be the Pantone review episode, I guess. Because what is with all of these shades of peach beige? Like peach beige brown. Like, what is this? This one's okay. It's just another muted pinky purple.
Well, I did
Ooh,
do
here's
some
another green. See,
crochet.
this is a good color.
Yeah, that's a good color. I did
Green
do
isn't
some
even my
crochet.
favorite color, but this is. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I did do some crochet this week. If you wanted to see. Not that it was much, but I decided while I was looking at my charts.
Oh, where's my mouse? There we go. Go ahead. What are you about to tell us? What are you about to tell me right now, Mother? I'm concerned. Okay.
I did work
Okay.
on it. Not much because as you can see, this is my marker here. So
But
this is
that's
all,
a big square though. That's 5 rows of a big square.
this is all I got done this weekend.
But that's a big
And
square. Everybody
there
in the chat.
there is a spot. Where is it? Oh, right here, where I totally jacked it up. As you can see, I
No,
went
no, no.
totally, I totally jacked it up, and I'm determined that I'm not going to go back. I'm just going to leave
They'll
it
never know.
there.
How will they know?
They will
They'll never know.
know because it's very
Oh, they know.
obvious. But
Not when you
because
have 4 giant squares. Because that is
but
an enormous
I
square.
decided instead of making, because I was going to sit down last weekend and write down the numbers, and I started to do that, and I was like, you know what? This is another example of me planning instead of
Over
doing.
preparing. Yeah.
No, that's a thing that I tend to do. Plan instead of do. I plan
Mm.
so much that I feel like I did the thing. I look up so
Oh, I
many
do that
I
too.
look up so many exercise videos that I feel like I exercised. I, look at so many um patterns that I feel like I actually did some knitting. No, I didn't. All I did was look at patterns. All I did was plan things.
Yep.
I do some organization. I make out a whole list of chores that need to be done in the house that makes me feel like I did housework. No, I didn't do housework. I just
Hmm.
planned. And so if 2025 is going to be anything, it's going to be I'm going to do more than I plan. So just if that means I have to jump into it, because part of the problem of doing this is that when I count and I recount and I recount, that's why charts take me so long,
Hmm.
because I look at the chart and then I count and then I recount and then I recount and then I count what I did on the thing and then I count again and
I
then
do the same thing.
okay, I count so much. And so for these 5 squares, I still counted some because I couldn't resist it, but I pretty much just eyeballed it.
Hmm.
I was like, okay, this row
Well,
is right on top of the row previous, so I don't need to count. Just go over.
yeah,
This
once you get
row
a while
is
into the tapestry crochet, you can judge where you're supposed to change stuff based on the previous row. So you don't have to,
you would
yeah.
think, but I all these rows here, I counted meticulously the whole time. Unless it's a row like the bottom where it's all one color, then I feel safe. But as
Hmm.
long as there is switching colors, I feel like I have to count and count and count and count. And that's what slows me down. And I was trying to speed myself up. So I sat down in front of Misfits and Magic season 2,
You're watching it!
and yeah, I'm watching it. And because something like that where it's very long form lets
And there's not
me,
very much visual, so you can just work on
yeah, so I can
what you're
just
working
listen
on.
to it. That lets
Hmm.
me work on it. So that's how I got those. How many rows did I get done? It was
It
one,
looked like about 5.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6. Yeah, I got 6 rows done.
Look at you.
I got 6 rows done. And I did have to alternate because because if my hand starts to hurt, because I was really getting into the groove and then my hands started to hurt, and it's like, no, if I push past this, then it's going to be 3 months before I can pick up the
Hmm.
crochet. So I'm not going to push past it. I am just going to give myself an alternate. So I put that down for a while, and then I picked up this coloring book
Ooh, the world's in
that I
jars.
got. This is the one that I got for Christmas from my daughter's partner. And
Jar are we looking at today?
I don't like it. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't like it.
Does it have a cat in
Because
it?
because what I did was just I took the book, randomly opened and said, this is what I'm gonna work on. And
Honestly,
it's
what you should do every
probably
time, I think.
it's probably the ugliest picture in the book. However, I made myself finish it. And I used my partly my Crayola fine tips, and I ended up
Hmm.
throwing away 2 more markers because I finished up
Oh,
the
they're
rest
dried?
of it.
You've gone
Yeah.
through them?
Yeah, those come in like 4 little in the big box. There's like 4 little boxes of 10, and I have already thrown out about 12, maybe 15 markers, because
You are going through these markers.
I've used the Crayolas were my favorite for a while, and so I have
Mhm.
used a good bit of them. I'm tempted to buy another set of Crayolas just to
But
replace
you
the
have your nice
colors.
nice markers
But
now.
I do have these nice ones, and when I got these, I remembered that I have another set of alcohol ones that are
Hmm.
all like peachy, skin tony things. Those are the set that I did
Martin Luther King?
Maryland with.
Maryland, okay.
Maryland. Martin Luther King was
Crayolas?
Crayolas. Martin Luther King was Crayolas, and you can see the vibrancy
Hmm.
in those. Whereas the Maryland is the alcohol markers, and they're kind of
It looks like they took the picture with a little bit extra flash.
yeah, yeah, that's the alcohol markers. So I might drag those out for the skin tones on my 1950s book. But yeah, this is the picture I finished. I don't like it, but here we go.
Show the picture. Let me embiggen you so I can see how to. Where's the embiggen button? Hang on, hang on. Wait, embiggen, embiggen, embiggen. Oh, it's cute.
I hate
I
it.
like it. I like it. It's cute.
The snow globe part is okay.
Hmm.
I hate this.
You don't like those colors?
I don't like that color combination at all.
But it's their chosen color combination, right? You think they just chose that colors?
Yeah, this is the color combination that they chose. The part I like the best are the balls, the Christmas balls, because this is like,
Cute.
yeah, these are Christmas balls,
Hmm.
and you see the mountain in the background.
Ronald says he likes the top better too.
I like this part here. I do not like this at all.
Ronald says we love a Christmas ball. Ah!
But very funny. But so yeah, I think I'm going to try to pick. I don't know if I'm just going to do a random next time or if I'm going to.
I think you should do random every time. That stops you from being so precious.
This is true. This is true. This is true. But I also want to do one in my
In the new book?
the cityscapes
Oh,
book. So I might do the cityscapes next. And I still didn't finish my 2023 sampler book. You know, the one that
oh yeah, I almost forgot about that one.
I did a bunch of pictures in that one, and I want to do one each in these new books, and then I might go back to my 2023 sampler because I'm thinking of buying the 2024 sampler. I almost bought it last year. What I need to do is, or what I want to do is, did I mention that I wanted to get? Maybe I was talking to somebody else, but I want to get like a little 2 shelf situation to put all my markers on, and then maybe on the second shelf put all my coloring books,
Hmm.
because it's get I don't have a ton of coloring books, but it's getting to a point where I have enough of them that they're starting to get scattered, because like right now I've got 3 in this room where I'm sitting. I know I've got at least 2 in my bedroom, and I might have a couple downstairs. Well, I thought it was going to be a lap GAN anyway, Ronald. Very funny, Ronald. I thought it was going to be a
Ronald.
no, that's not what I meant to. That's not the comment I meant to hit. Y'all keep putting comments just as
He
I'm
typed it
clicking.
as soon as you click.
I thought you were going to do a lap GAN anyway. That's what's popular in nursing homes and stuff, because the old people are usually like in wheelchairs or whatever. So a blanket over their lap is most useful. So yeah, you don't need to make it any bigger than a lap GAN.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. But, and so then, because I couldn't help myself, I did a thing.
Mother, what have you done? What have you
I
done?
did a thing. Well,
I'm concerned.
let me put my marker in it. I did a thing.
I'm concerned. Do I have an I'm concerned banner?
No, you don't.
I don't think I do.
Because you don't need to be concerned. But I did a thing.
What did you
Wait a minute.
What did you do?
I don't know if I can do it the way they do on.
Chat, are you concerned with me?
I wish I had that music that they do on TikTok. See, I can't even do it right.
Because you're
But
still attached to your string.
I'm
It
still
looks good
attached.
though.
And I just knocked my mouse in the floor.
Are you doing a scrappy blanket or is that a cake?
Okay, this is a cake. But it's gonna be scrappy because I'm halfway through the cake. But
Ooh.
I put markers so that you can see. But first of all, this is where I am so far.
It looks so cute.
I
It's a
haven't
blanket
gotten all the
pants.
colors. There's still one more color in the cake that I haven't gotten to yet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first marker right
Mm-hmm.
here. So that means everything from here up to this first marker is what I got done on Thursday.
Okay.
So I got
That's a good bit.
basically all of this orange I got done on Thursday. But then
Nice.
my progress slowed down from there because I was also trying to work on the other thing. So I got like a couple like this red, these like 2 or 3 rows of these
Halfway through
red
the red, yeah.
on Friday, and then 2 or 3 more rows on Sunday
Mm-hmm.
here, and then this is up to yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm working on it today.
Ronald said those are some bougie stitch markers. You unboxed those on Christmas, didn't you? Were those not this
Yes.
Christmas,
Oh
last Christmas?
yes. These stitch markers were from my son. As you can see, there's bees and
I
honeycomb.
love the honeycomb one. The honeycomb one's so cute.
Yeah, the honeycomb is my favorite. I only use these because, as you can see, I have these, which I need to buy another bag of these because these are my
Me
favorites.
too.
I bought some of the metal ones, and I don't like the metal ones because they slip through too easy. And I still have a ton of them, but they slip through too easy. Like if you're doing, like see how I have this marker in here because this
To
is the
stop it
stitch
from
where I left off, and this doesn't really come through if I pull. But if you use the metal ones, which I don't even have a metal one over here, but the metal ones are super thin. The metal ones are super thin metal, and if I accidentally pull this, that metal one comes right through the stitch,
Mhm.
and so I don't even use the metal ones very much,
The
unless
same
I'm
thing
just like
happens with my bobby pins.
if I'm like before I got these bougie markers from my son, I use the metal ones just like if I'm trying to mark that this is the right side of the work or the wrong side of the work, then maybe I'll put one of those thin metal ones in, but I don't really like those. And I only have about 10 of these left because the rest of them have been lost somewhere, either in the
Mm-hmm.
house, got swept in the trash, like bobby pins, got
Bro,
swept in the
Junie gave me a
trash,
bunch of little
or,
stitch markers that are little loops that like snap together.
uh-huh.
And I had so many of them. I think I only have like 5 left. I don't know what keeps happening to them. They can't all be stuck in
Because,
projects. I have
because
no idea where they are.
yeah, I mean, I'm finding some that have been stuck in projects because I've got 3 over here. And bougie markers, he's talking about bougie markers. I have one of my kitty markers here as well
Cute.
because I got
Maybe I should
like
start selling stitch markers.
I got a set of 6 of the kitty markers. But yeah, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have about 6. I have about 6 of these plastic ones left, and I bought a bag of 100.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I can spot at least 2 more in projects over here
Mm-hmm.
in these bags over here. But the most of them, I know for a fact that I
They're
have
just gone.
swept. Well, I know for a fact that I have swept in my I've swept like in my bedroom, and there was a stitch marker, and I was like, you know what? I'm not bending over. I'm not bending over and picking that up.
Nope.
That's just gonna go in the trash. I've got more.
I found I have in the last like couple weeks, the stitch markers that Junie gave me, I found 2 in the driveway. I just found 5 of them on the floor in the living room when I was cleaning stuff up, and I'm like, how did all these get here? Like I found 2, I think, in my office on the floor. I have no idea how they keep ending up just on the floor. because I keep them in my little clamshell case. So it's like, am I
Uh-huh.
just popping open my case and they're flying to the wind? Like, what is going
Yeah, see,
on?
I wasn't even keeping like I bought mine and they came like in a Ziploc bag. You know, when you buy stuff cheap, they send it to you in a Ziploc bag or whatever. And I was just using mine out of the Ziploc bag. But now I have a little metal case, kind of like Altoids come in,
Mm-hmm.
and except mine was a case that some Celestial Seasonings tea bags came in, and
Mm-hmm.
I just I've started putting my stitch markers in there, and I so far I haven't lost as many because I would be sad if I lost some of these nice ones that your brother got me.
Mm-hmm.
And so far I haven't lost as many, so I need to get another little metal thing like that and buy 100 of these plastic ones. But yeah, I'm doing the 6 day blanket. So far, I've not had a single problem, and I don't know if it's because I'm coming to it late and maybe she has already corrected any issues people have had. Cause like
But you're
I
not
watched,
seeing.
cause like I watched Yarn, um, what's her name? Queen's Yarn Boutique.
Uh-huh.
She's black. She's in North Carolina. That
Oh.
um, but I watch her videos sometimes, and she did. She was like me. She was coming to it late. She did the. She started doing the blanket, and she bought the pattern, and she noticed that there was an error between the paid pattern where the pattern on the website, the free pattern on the website is correct. The paid pattern had an error in it, and she
Oh.
contacted the designer, and maybe it got corrected, maybe it didn't, I don't know,
So
but she pointed out that the from her experience of stitching the blanket, yes,
so are you using the paid one or are you using the free one?
ma'am,
I just want to be clear. You've been doing
you
some
know
wild things recently. You've
this
been
is
leaving
true,
your house. You've been buying patterns. You've been doing some wild things recently.
this
I'm
is
trying to
true.
understand this new
No,
era.
I'm using the free one. I'm using the free
Thank
one
you.
because because there's been so much controversy about it that I didn't want to spend money in case I hated it. And the after watching her video and her saying that from her experience, the one on the website, and it's a recent video, it's like from within the last month that she made this
Mhm.
thing. It the one on the website is correct. The one that she paid for, not so much. So I feel better just going with the free one anyway, knowing that that one's correct. And
Mhm.
I so far I haven't really, because this what you're looking at right now is all the setup rows are done. All the setup rows are done,
So
and
you're
I've
basically just
done,
following a pattern,
yeah, all the setup rows are done. And right now, after you do the setup rows, you do 2 through 7 over and over and over
just
until
repeats.
it's
Yeah.
as big as you wanted. And so far, I'm on my first time doing row number 5.
Okay.
So I haven't done the first two. I haven't even completed the first 2 through 7, but I've done all the setup. So I think the setup goes right up until the end of the red, I think. And I haven't found anything that, and I did, and as much as I don't like to count, I did counting just to see, because a lot of one of the things people complained about was, oh,
The numbers were off.
the numbers were off. For me, I don't care. It's a blanket. If it is one or two off, I will just fudge it and keep moving.
Yeah.
It is a blanket. I don't get that upset about it. If it was like a sweater or something, or had a design element where the design element was going to be all
We all.
wonky or something
Yeah.
like that, but on a blanket like this where it's not a picture, because I'm a little
Oh, look at
stressed
this.
about the picture on my avatar
Yes.
blankets, but that's because it's a picture that's supposed to look like something. But this is
Hmm.
just a blanket, so I don't care. But everything has lined up for me.
Nice.
Everything, I have not had to fudge a single thing. Everything has lined up for me. So either I'm coming to it late and she's made all the corrections that people have bitched about, or maybe there really wasn't anything to bitch about and I've just crocheted enough that it's not a problem.
I love how we started off this week, and I was like, I don't really have anything to show, so I guess we're gonna be talking. And you're like, I don't have anything to show either. When you had
Oh no,
so much stuff.
I said that on purpose. I knew that when
Rude.
I knew I had stuff to show when you said.
Rude. I
I
showed
didn't,
3 bracelets, one of which isn't even finished.
I
And
didn't
you're
want,
like,
I didn't
well,
want to
here's
ruin it.
6 rows of my avatar blanket. Here's 70 rows of the 6 day star blanket. Here's 2 pictures that I colored in. Like,
But
so much stuff.
this is how much I've got left of my cake. The cake that I bought on sale, 50% off. And I want to say that I
Oh,
love this yarn.
which one is that again?
Only yarn that I love more than this is Lion Brand Hometown.
Mm-hmm.
But this is just Karen cake. And
Oh, yeah.
you can only get it at Michael. It's not because they have Karen has like Karen sprinkle cake, Karen coffee cake, Karen
Mm-hmm.
skinny cake, they have a lot of different. This
Absolutely
is
not.
the one. This is the one that's just called Karen cake. It's not called anything else, just Karen cake, and it
Mm-hmm.
is the color is rainbow sprinkles.
Mm-hmm.
I have not gotten to. I've done all the colors except I haven't gotten to the yellow yet, which I'm about to. 'Cause you can see. So I haven't gotten to the yellow yet, but other than that, it's
I mean, it
just
looks good.
it's a squishiness. It's I can't explain using this yarn. It makes me happy when I stitch with it. Kind of like when I use the brush tip on my markers.
Yes.
Brush tip on my markers just makes me happy to color
Mm-hmm.
with it. Even if I don't like the picture, the brush marker makes me happy. And
Mm-hmm.
seeing the color come out of the brush marker makes me happy. That this this makes me happy to stitch with. And I like when I look at sometimes I just lay the square out and look at it because I like the way the stitches look in this squishy yarn.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's this is supposed to be worsted, but number 4 for those who are newer, size 4. But it's on the thicker side of size 4 to me
Yeah.
because I got to what there was one spot where the yarn somehow had gotten compressed or whatever to where it was the size of regular red heart, and I was like, ugh,
Ooh, what is
ugh,
this?
what happened? Ugh. But it was just like a little space like that, and then it was gone. I was like, oh, back to my squishy.
Speaking of which, I wonder if I actually took a picture of this. I was when I was working with the this blue sparkle yarn that I've got, and my camera's over here now. Ooh, it looks so nice in this lighting. What is that? It looks
Oh,
like a
that's
midnight blue.
pretty. What
It
yarn
is
is
not that dark in real life. It is it's something for Auntie Joanne's. I can't remember. I want to say it's a what is their yarn? Big Twist? It's a Big Twist something. It's not as dark in person. It's a little bit like lighter because it's looking a little bit darker on the camera. But I was using that yarn, and it's just a normal sparkle yarn. It's like regular worsted yarn with like tinsel got put through
Mhm.
it. But I got to a weird part. I believe I took a picture of it. Man, please stop. Yeah, I took a picture of it and it is right here. Let me pull this up because I was like, what the F is this? Let's see, add to stage. What is that?
Oh no! Oh
I got partway through my
no!
stage and it like, there was a part where it was just the exposed
Unravel!
core.
Oh
Like,
no!
what is that? So I had to cut it off and
Oh
retie, but I was like,
no!
who is monitoring this?
That's kind of how it felt when, except I didn't have the frayed edges. It just went from
Uh-huh.
that thick to that thin in the middle, and then back to the thick without the
Hmm.
sprayed edges. And I was like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. Ugh.
Yeah, it
But
was just that.
like
And
I
then
said,
when
like
oh, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
I would say that, or when I'm using a yarn that like is a striping yarn and they like have to tie the ends together. If you have to tie the ends together, like I know that you do not have just infinite spools of yarn. That's fine. If you have to tie the ends together, that's fine. Make sure you are tying the ends together in the pattern that you've established the colors already. I don't want you to be jumping from green to red in my rainbow order. What are you doing? Oh, it pisses me off so much because I then have to go in and find the right color. And I've got like a string of yarn that's like this long that I can't do anything with because you didn't take half a second to go to the right color.
Yeah.
It makes me so angry every time.
But I figured out, I looked at I mentioned this in the Discord, but I looked at the label again of this yarn. This is 20% wool, and you're supposed to hand wash this. And I'm like, the hell you say? I immediately went online and said, is anybody hand washing this ish? And people were like, nah, I put mine in the machine. It was fine.
Nah, it's like.
So I am not. I mean, there are some people who are like, yes, you need to hand wash and blah blah blah. I'm like, I am making a blanket.
Absolutely not.
This is not gonna be hand washed by any stretch. I barely hand wash my clothes. I mean, I don't hand wash my underwear unless it's an emergency. I am not hand washing a big ass blanket.
We don't hand wash in this house. I would make a tag, but I'm lazy at the moment. I need you all to just remember in your hearts that we don't hand wash in this house. So it seems like that is all of our crafty thoughts. Do you have any other surprise projects to show?
No.
Okay, so if we move to media consumption, do we have a banner? I know we have the banner for that. There we go. I actually have changed the banner, which you usually do, but I know where things are. So the first thing I see excuse me, I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I have down half a cup of coffee, like more than I usually drink. I've only got this much left, and it was like up to here. So I've drowned so much coffee, and I'm just yawning nonstop. But I slept well last night. I took melatonin and everything. I don't know what's going on. But it says that in the media consumption, more proof that you barely remember the 90s. What is this link that I still have not clicked?
Okay. I'm trying to remember what it is.
I guess we'll discover it together.
Oh, I remember what it was. It was I watch a lot of Miss Mojo videos.
Yeah.
The Miss Mojo and the Watch Mojo, where they do those top 20 lists of whatever.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. Top 20 funny moments from 1995.
Yeah, exactly. And I so this was like top 20 pop songs of the 90s. Top 20 pop songs of the 90s that you forgot were awesome. And I listened to this thing, and there were several songs that I never even heard of.
Never heard this on 2 times speed. Because we're not watching the video. Put it on 2 times speed, please. Put it on 2 times speed.
I just pulled it up. I just put it up to show you. That's what, because I was trying to remember what the video was, but we're not going to watch it. I'm just saying there were songs that I never heard of. The categories were songs I did hear in the 90s, which Love Fool would fall under that. Or I forgot what the other, but Love Fool would fall into that. Then there was a whole category of I have never heard this song in my life, and you're
did not know it existed.
That it was the most popular song of 1995 or whatever. Never heard it in my life. And yeah, that's another one that was a favorite of mine. And then another category of I only heard, there was only out of the 20, I think there's like 5 songs that I heard actually in the 90s. As I tell people all the time, the 90s passed over me because I was too busy either pregnant or trying to get pregnant. So the 90s just kind of flew over me, 90s pop culture, a lot of it. And there's about five of these songs that I actually heard in the '90s. The rest of them I either never heard of, or I've only know about them because I've heard them in the 2000s.
Yeah,
People on
talking about
compilations saying,
throwbacks.
"Oh, yeah," talking about throwbacks. I've heard it enough on these throwback videos that I remember hearing it, but I never heard it in the '90s.
Side note, that music video looked wild.
Oh, for walking on broken glass, that is a wild music video. If you haven't watched
I
it,
had never
it's
seen it before.
a crazy music video. It's been a while
Ooh,
since
Kiss
I've seen
Me,
it,
Sixpence None the Richer.
but it's like that's all that was that I the '90s have passed me by, and every once in a while I just see things that remind me that the '90s have passed me by.
The 90s
That's all
disappeared.
that was. The '90s just passed me by. That's all that
Let's
is.
see.
Um,
The next thing I see is when I put in there, I was trying to watch some TV shows in French and just having a hard time. Because I saw someone suggested watching like kids shows, and so I was like, oh, let me watch Bluey in French because they don't talk about anything super complex in that show. It should be fairly
uh-huh.
easy. First of all, those children speak so fast, so very, very fast. Second of all, tell me why Disney Plus, what is the plus for? Because I can get the audios, I can get it in Chinese, I can get it in Swahili, I can get it in French, I can get it in Spanish, I can get it in Klingon for all I know. But then when I look at the subtitles, because I want to watch it in French with French subtitles, for the subtitles,
Uh-huh.
you have Spanish, English, Chinese twice, and German, I think. Like, where is French? It's not there.
Yeah, frustrating. Frustrating.
Ooh. Ooh. Not with your high school sweetheart girlfriend.
I've been playing around with the idea of there's a series that I like that I've read. Some of the books I've read more than once, which is strange for me. Um, and I was thinking, and they have them in Spanish as well. And I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking of trying to read it again in Spanish to kind of boost my Spanish. But then I realized, then every time I think about it, I think about the part that I have in Spanish is not really reading Spanish, it's listening and understanding when
Mm-hmm.
people are speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
So I really should go for the TV shows. I just haven't narrowed down what I want to watch. I've tried
Yeah.
watching I've tried watching like reality shows that were natively in, like a reality show that's aimed at Spanish speaking people. And
Mm-hmm.
those were like so fast. And so I thought maybe I should try to watch something that which some people do recommend, watch something that you're more familiar with, but with the Spanish subtitles. So I just haven't narrowed down what I want to watch. But because I really am stuck, all I'm doing as far as my Spanish study is Duolingo, and I know you're not going to learn. You're not going to get the fluency on Duolingo.
The
But every
fluency
time
and
I, but
speed, yeah.
every time I try to do some of these other like more bookish learning things, I just get bored.
Yeah,
So,
I think watching a TV show is the solution. It's not necessarily the solution, but is a good option. It's just finding a good TV show because I think Bluey would have worked pretty well for me if they'd had the French subtitles. Because I looked up on YouTube the like Bluey YouTube channel and went to and turned that on French subtitles, and I was able to like keep up, and it was helping me a little bit. And I was like, there were a couple words I was like, okay, so now I know that this means this, and like picking up on it. But they only have clips on YouTube, so I can't watch full episodes, and they've only got a limited number of clips. So I'm like, first of all, I'm still just mad at Disney. Like, how are you gonna add the audio option but not have, because all those other language options like the Swahili and all these other different language options, like they didn't have their audio subtitles as well either. So like, how are you gonna have the audio options and not have the subtitles? And I was watching literally episode 1 of Bluey, so it has been out for years.
mm-hmm.
So why do we not have? I don't know if that's on.
Honestly, I mean, when we're talking like French is a language that is spoken in multiple countries.
Yes,
It's
that
not
too.
like it's not like Swahili or even like Chinese or something where Chinese is spoken in China.
Yeah,
Whereas French is spoken in several countries besides France.
exactly.
Just like
So I don't.
Spanish is spoken not only in Spain but several Latin American countries.
Yes.
So
So it
you
doesn't
just
make
feel like
sense.
it feels like you should have the subtitles for a language that is spoken in multiple countries.
Mhm. But I'm gonna try again. I want to find just a very like easygoing show that I could watch in French. Like if I could find what was the show that I was watching that I was obsessed with? Father Brown. If I could
Mm,
find because Father Brown is a very chill, like yes, they're solving mysteries. A lot of times it's murder, but it is the most slow, easygoing. Like we're just following this priest as he's walking through town, and like, oh, can you get me a sandwich? And then he's like sneaking through their stuff. Like
mm,
it's so chill that I think that I'd be able to watch it in French and still be able to follow along. But again, that is on the BBC, which I do not have access to at the moment. So I can't like I need to find a show like that I think
mhm.
that I could watch. I just can't think
Yeah.
of any other shows like that. What is Murder She Wrote? Is Murder She Wrote like that?
Yes, Murder She Wrote is very much like Father Brown. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'll try Murder She Wrote and see if I can find it in French. I've never watched Murder She Wrote, so I would be watching it straight off in French. I wonder if I can find it. I wonder if I can find it.
But it's yeah. Several YouTubers have started doing reactions to Murder She Wrote because like they are too young to remember watching it the first time, like I did, like your father and I did.
Ooh, it's on Amazon Prime. Let me see
Yeah.
if, let's check that Prime video and see if I can watch it in French. Because I feel like I might watch it another time, just not in French, but I really do want to watch it in French.
Yeah.
So we're going to discover this right now live while you are talking about Second Chance Stage.
Second Chance Sage is on Max. I just finished watching it. Actually, I finished watching it a couple um weeks ago. Um it's basically I mean, if you want something in the background that's not too stressful, it's basically one of those competition shows. And the catch to this is that all of the contestants are pretty much older because they're people you're not getting like a 12-year-old prodigy playing piano or something like that. These are people who are older who like either they used to be a singer or a dancer or something like that, and then they had kids and now they're trying to get
Mm-hmm.
back out there. Or I think one of the younger people who's on there was like she had she used to do a thing and then she had cancer, and then
So
because
she
of
had to
the
stop.
cancer, now she's trying to get back in it. I think there's a couple people who were like they had record deals and then their record deals fell through or something, and they're trying to get back out there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
or they used to do a thing and then they gained weight and people stopped booking them and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and it's like all different kinds of things. Yes.
I looked up Murder She Wrote, only available with English language audio and English subtitles. No options on Amazon Prime.
Oh, that's rude. That's
So rude.
rude.
I need to find more like old lady shows.
I'll think about it. I'll see if I can find you an old lady show in
Yeah,
French.
because I like old lady
Oh,
procedurals where
oh,
we're
oh. You know what's in French? Your father is watching it. I think he's watching it dubbed because your father's not going to read a subtitle. But what's this?
I'm waiting for you to tell me. This is me listening.
Um, I don't know the French name of it. I will look up the French name of it. But um, they have made an English version of it called High Potential.
High potential.
high
Ronald,
potential.
I'm not watching The Circle French. Ronald,
Yeah,
I
she
just
doesn't.
don't
She just does
enjoy The
not like.
Circle.
She doesn't like the circle. She doesn't like the circle. But it's. I can't remember the name of it in French. But see, now I'm gonna have to look it up.
High
But
potential?
high
What is
potential.
it? What is
It's
it?
basically it is this single mom who is a cleaner, like a house cleaner type person. Except she cleans offices. I forget what they call them. If you like a maintenance person,
Yeah,
you know,
a
and she
custodian.
yeah, she gets high. The people who come in after hours and clean the
Like
stuff.
what I did at AB Tech, a custodian.
Yeah, exactly. And they let me see if I can find it. And they basically she basically she has a high IQ, but she hasn't had opportunities, so she's cleaning stuff. And she's
Hmm.
cleaning at the police station, and she butts in on there. Well, it's probably this person because of this and this, because she sees the murder board. And so then they end up hiring her as a consultant, but she still has all the let's see. Okay, here's a synopsis of the English one. Morgan, a single mom with 3 kids and an exceptional mind, helps solve an unsolvable crime when she rearranges some evidence during her shift as a cleaner for the police department. When they discover she has a knack for putting things in order because her high intellectual potential, she's brought on as a consultant to work with a by the book seasoned detective.
Okay, that sounds fun. That sounds like my vibe.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the detective didn't want to work with her, but you
But
know,
is it giving like as far as the vibe of it? Is it giving Murder She Wrote? Oh, hang on. Sorry,
yeah,
something is going
yeah.
on.
I've watched a couple episodes of the English language one. I haven't watched the French one, but your father watches the French one, and your father watches both of them because he just likes it. Because we do like a procedural in this house, and he okay, the French one is called HPI, High Potential Intellectual, and or hot potential. I can. I'm not trying. And but it's HPI. I can't remember where he watches it.
Okay, pause for
Um,
just a second because we just had an Uber emergency. He had one Uber go to the wrong place, and another Uber it says that they're 2 minutes away, but have been 2 minutes away for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So I may have to brush him down the road to work real quick. So we may have to. I mean, we were going to cut off at one anyway, so
yeah,
I think we may need to go ahead and cut early because he can't be late for work,
yeah. Well, but
which
it's,
sucks.
it's, it's HPI. I can't remember
Okay.
where he's watching it.
Yeah, if you can look that up and tell me, because that sounds interesting. The question I was going to ask was, is it like Father Brown Murder She Wrote vibe, or is it like Criminal Minds, Bones, and CIS vibe?
Um,
Is it like chill, we're just hanging out while you solve a thing, or is it like high stakes, we got to get this, the bomb's about to go off?
let me show you the screen, and then you tell me what kind of vibe it is.
Okay. Because that sounds fun. And Nailed It France, I
Yes.
might watch. I don't like The Circle Ronald, but Nailed It France, I might watch. I'm just worried that that in reality shows, I'm worried they're going to speak too fast, because reality shows are all about like asides and talking this and talking that and like, oh my goodness, what's going on? And I'm just worried they're going to speak too fast.
Oh, I
Whereas
thought I already put that up there. I'm sorry.
you did not. Ooh, HPI. Okay. What in the world?
Now
And
that
she's
picture,
pregnant.
what kind of vibe does that give you?
That gives, I don't know vibes.
Although this doesn't look, I'm looking at this picture, and this doesn't look like what your father was watching. I think there's a Belgian version as well.
Oh.
This one does not look like what your father was watching, but I know what he was watching was what the American one was based on.
Okay. I mean, I'll check it out. I'll see if I can. I wonder if the American one has French subtitles.
I don't know.
I gotta go. I gotta take him.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Like if you like this, subscribe if you want more of this. Ring the notification bell if you want to be notified when we go live. Um,
We'll see
all
you on
that kind of
Friday.
stuff. See you on Friday on Twitch for all the games and things. Have a good day, y'all. Peace out.
We're ending the stream.